the easiest way to level up your monk.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Hello guys and welcome to our video. My name is Will. We are talking about how you should level up monk. I already did this my second monk. The first one I leveled up with a quarterstaff, but this one I'm going with a bow and it's much easier, much safer and much better. It's much easier to do your damage, to keep alive and don't lose HP, especially at the beginning because you don't have much evasion or any defense stats. So going full damage with this build it's much safer. You have loads of shock, loads of damage, and it's pretty good. So let's have a look at the build and what skills you want to get at the beginning. So starting with your first ability, you want to go with Lightning Arrow. This one is pretty good, will do a lot of damage. It does some AoE damage because when you target one enemy it will spread to the other ones. This ability is very good because will apply shock to the enemies, so having the support gem like Conduction can increase even more that chance to shock. Then, if you guys don't know, shock will increase, if you shock an enemy, it will increase 20% your damage. Then we'll want Martial Tempo to increase our attack speed. For the second one, we can use Lightning Rod. This one, when you fire it, you will see lightning arrows on the floor. When you are targeting enemies that are over those lightning rods, your damage will be increased by this because we'll activate these lightning rods and do lightning damage. So then you can use as support gems the concentrated effect that will increase your area damage, and this one, Scatter Shot, you will do less damage but will fire 2 additional projectiles, and with this they can take more damage for more projectiles. Then as emergency skill you can use Escape Shot. This one, when you fire it, you will leap backwards, so it will keep you safe, and has 300% more freeze build up, so you can use the Deep Freeze support gem to increase even more your freeze build up. Then you really want the Herald of Thunder. This buff will activate when you kill a shocked enemy, so this will be really good with all the other skills we are using at the moment. As support gems, we want to use Ambush to increase 100% more critical hit chance against enemies that are full HP, and this is because when you kill the first enemy that is not full HP, if it's shocked, which should happen, this Herald of Thunder will be activated and do damage to the other full HP enemies, so this one it's really good because it's probably gonna critical hit and do more damage or even one-shot the other enemies. Then when you kill a shocked enemy, we'll activate the Innervate, giving you 35% more lightning damage, increasing all your damage. Then we can use the Storm Color Arrow. This one I advise you to use against bosses or rare enemies that have much more HP. This one is really good, has a high chance to shock, so it will increase your damage by 20% if you shock the enemies. And finally we have Barrage. This one is pretty good, you can activate it to launch more projectiles with your main skill, so this one you can use it every time that is available. And that's basically it. This build is very useful at the beginning. Now let's have a look at our passive skill tree. It's pretty simple, I don't think you can miss much at the beginning. All the initial nodes are very important. So the first ones, you want to get that some attack damage, that attack speed, then get some nodes, get the attack damage from the other ones, and then from the downside get other attack damage. Okay, initially these ones will be really good and will increase your damage, and this way you don't need to worry about being safe because since you have a bow, it's less likely that you are being hit by the enemies because they will be dead before they can hit you. So after finishing the Act 2, I'm now level 33 and this is my passive skill tree at the moment. So just gonna zoom this size so you guys can have a look and copy this if you need. So as you guys can see, I'm doing a lot of lightning damage, a lot of lightning skills, some attack damage as well because this helps with every skill, not just lightning skills. So I have this attack damage, this one here, and also inflicts blind, which is very useful. And I'm now going for this physical damage as well. I have some skill speed, mana regen. Now that I've got the Ascendancy, as you guys can see, I get more mana with the Breach, which is very useful and helps a lot to keep my main healthy, my mana healthy. And this one gives more elemental damage, so I'm most of the times I'm using lightning arrow basically. So regarding the skills, I keep using exactly the same skills. Basically, these are the most important ones I've been using. Lightning arrow, the same thing with the same support gems. So conduction, martial tempo, and lightning effusion. Then I've used the lightning rod, this one with concentrated effect and this one with scatter shot. So basically you want to use this one and then this one to increase the damage. Escape shot, as the name says, I use it only for emergency situation. I need to dodge some attacks and some monsters. Then Arrow of Thunder, same thing, ambush and the Innervite. Then this one, Storm Color Arrow. Sometimes I use it against bosses or very hard rares because I found out it kinda helps a lot doing some damage. And since it does a lot of has a high chance to shock, it activates Herald of Thunder a lot, so that's why it's doing more damage. Recently, just now finishing the last boss from Act 2, I've got Rain of Arrows. This is very useful. You guys don't understand as I build my build, as I progress on my build, I have some pin up, pin, and lockdown. It helps a lot to when it's a big wave to keep them on place and do some AoE damage as well. Then freezing salvo, this recharges with time, and when I have this, I use freezing salvo to increase even more my damage. So usually when it's a big wave, I use rain of arrows, freezing salvo, and they are all dead. Gas arrow and the detonating arrow. Don't look at this because I don't use it much often. Most of the times, this is my main skill, especially lightning arrow. So this is basically it. Now let's go to the Act 3. So after finishing Act 3, I changed completely my build because as you guys noticed on the previous build, I was already with the ascendancy of Shayula. So one of my tips is don't do the Trail of Chaos right away. Do it when you are higher level. So at the moment I'm 46, but you can do it around 42 because Trail of Chaos is like 36, 37. So if you have at least 5 levels higher, you should be fine. I did that the first try. Same thing with Sekemas. Don't do it right away because it will be harder. There's no need for it. Otherwise, you're gonna spend a lot of time there, and we don't want that. So regarding my build now, if you want to do this build, or you can just keep going with the lightning spells, there's a lot of lightning spells you can use. You can use these ones, you can go straight here and... where's the other ones? You can go this way and get these ones as well. You can go just full lightning until the Act 3. But since I want to do a poison build with focus on Shayula Ascendancy, this is what I did now. So I'm maintaining these ones. Okay, I got some attack damage from these ones, physical damage, and now I got these ones with projectile speed. I have loads of poison nodes. These ones with pin. You guys will understand that when I do another video talking about this build. You guys will understand that you don't need this for now. Which will help with attacking the mobs and all the monsters because they will be pinned, so they can't run away from the toxic growth. So we have more attack damage here, more poison damage here, and eventually maybe I'll get some more poison around here, but these ones are already pretty good, alright? After this I'll get some defenses because I don't have much defenses, it's only poison damage, but after this I'll start targeting some nodes with defenses like evasion, energy shield, etc. Regarding the skills, so most of the times you guys will see me using Gas Arrow, Toxic Growth, basically those are the most important ones. You can use Vine Arrow as well to slow the enemies, and then you can just spam Plague Nova as soon as you have it charged, and Freezing Salvo as well, but these three are the most important ones. So, I have the Into the Breach with this one to increase my mana regeneration. I can't use more support gems there because I don't have enough spirit. Toxic Growth, one of the important skills. I already socked one more gem, one more support gem. So Toxic Growth with comorbidity to increase our poisons. Inevitable Critical to do more damage with crits. This one Momentum because when we use the Toxic Growth it jumps backwards, so we will be at least 2 meters far away from the mobs. Vine Arrow, it's the one that slows the enemies, so I have more area damage, less area of effect. I have 2 additional projectiles, so this one will spawn more than one of these Vine Arrows, will be 1 extra, or 2 extras. Then we have Corrosion, so when applying poison will breaks the armor equal to 80% of the poison damage dealt. Escape Shot, I never used it to be honest, but if you want to use it just for safety, you should be fine. Plague Bearer, or with the supported skill with more area of effect. Then we have this one, I'm not gonna tell you, don't need this one for this build. Rain of Arrows, you can use it or not. I've not been using it as well, so I'm gonna skip it. Freezing Salvo, you can just spam it when it's full charged, with this more to build stun. Then you can use, this is 2 ways, you can use Poison Burst Arrow or you can use Gas Arrow. I feel like Gas Arrow is much better just because this one triggers all of the toxic growth. The Poison Burst Arrow only activates one of those toxic growths. And then support gems, we have more attack speed, physical damage, and 200 more damage per second to enemy as a plague, and to a maximum of 10% of enemies maximum life. So against bosses will be much more damage with the gas arrow. One thing that has been helping me to do more damage, as you guys know, with the gas arrow, if you use any fire or ignite the enemy with fire damage, it will explode. So since I have fire damage on my weapon, and I think I have something here with more fire damage, yeah, the quiver as well, sometimes I trigger ignite on them, and while they have the ignite on, this poison damage will trigger, gas arrow will trigger an explosion. So while I have the ignite on them, I just spam this gas arrow because it will do insane damage. Will be the explosion plus all the poison damage. Alright, so this is basically it. If you can get these boots, they are very good. They'll increase your movement speed, evasion rating, and physical damage will pin them. Okay, pin will be useful for me, but you don't really need it at the moment. But the movement speed is amazing. Then I'm using this chest. It's dropped. I'm using it. It's optional. You don't really need this. It's good because it gives you movement speed and evasion while you're full HP. But eventually I want to swap this for a better one with better stats and more resistance because my resistance are really bad at the moment, especially cold. And when you reach cruel, this is the moment to start looking at your defenses, resistances, and increase all of that. Alright, this is pretty easy. If you want, just go with lightning. There's no way you can fail with that. But with cruel will be a bit harder, so you really want to make sure to build something stronger. Always make sure you have a strong weapon because it makes a lot of difference when you're doing damage, and that's it. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this helps a lot of people, especially on the early game. I don't think there's any need to complicate with builds at the beginning, just do something simple. There's no way you can fail this. If you follow the lightning build I was doing, you should be alright until Act 1 Cruel, okay? When you reach Cruel, it will get a bit harder, and at this point you need to start taking care of your gear, equipment, and also getting some more strong nodes and invest on your defenses as well. Alright guys, if you have any questions, any comments, you guys know, comment below, I'll be happy to answer all of you. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to follow more content about Path of Exile 2, stay tuned, so press that like button, subscribe to my channel to follow more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.
will shape your fate!
I will not die here!
of evil.